What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to talk to you about why I believe it's good to fail. And how I'm going to do this, I'm going to tell you guys my story about a time that I quote unquote failed at something that I pursued. So when I was around 6 years old, first grade, I absolutely fell in love with basketball. I remember my dad turning on Michael Jordan, versus John Stockton, Bulls versus the Jazz, 96, 97 playoffs. And I was just mesmerized, so drawn into basketball. And I watched Space Jam. All of a sudden I became this basketball fanatic. I would practice, and I would ask my dad, what do I need to do to make it to the NBA? I don't know why my brain works like this, but I start doing something. And then it was okay, not only am I going to make it to the NBA, but I want to be the best basketball player ever. I want to be better than Michael Jordan. And so I had this extreme goal, highest goal you can possibly imagine. The chances of reaching that are slim to none. But I did it. And I basically dedicated my whole upbringing to basketball, pursuing this goal. And essentially, I was pretty good in high school. I was first team all conference, and I played at a small college in Montana. I was essentially one of the best players on the JV team, but I just sat on the bench in varsity. So I did not reach my goal of making it to the NBA, not even close. But by striving so hard for this goal, I had no time to sit around and be sad. I had no time to sit around and get into trouble because I was pursuing just this crazy, hard, extreme goal. And I really believed that I could do it. And because I gave every single thing that I had, I improved in so many other areas of my life. Now, it took me a while to understand this because in college, when I kind of realized that, I'm not going to make it to the pros, I was pretty depressed for a while, and I thought I was a failure. I thought oh my gosh, I dedicated my whole life, my whole first 18 years of my life to this goal, and I failed and did not reach it. And I really thought I was a failure, I wasted so much time. But I had this really good friend, shout out Norman Towns, who was able to show me look, you didn't reach that goal. You're 5'6". You did your best. I really did. I did my best. But because I set such a crazy high goal and I firmly believed I could do it, so many skills were added. I started lifting weights. I started getting stronger. I developed a passionate work ethic that still sticks with me today. I just tried any challenge. My dad would take me to these basketball camps where I was the only person who didn't know others. We'd go to some random high school where there's 100 kids that all knew each other. And I was absolutely terrified because I was the only person going to these camps. But because of that, I'm a pretty social person. I can go and talk to anybody. I developed a really hard work ethic. I developed a love for strength and conditioning, and that's what I do for a living now. And I still compete to this day. I love camaraderie. I love teamwork. I love team cohesion. And because I strove so hard for this goal, those characteristics are still with me to today. But so often people, they don't set the bar high because they're worried they're going to fail. And it's you know what? I hope that you fail. I hope that you set the bar so high, but you got to set it high where you really think you can do it. I really thought I could do that. That's the thing. Just set a really, really high goal. And even if you do fail, like, you're gonna come out so much better. If you're always setting the bar extremely low, yeah, you're gonna win every single one of those goals you had. But does it challenge you? Does it scare you? Like, my goal was so so lofty and so high that I had no room for quitting. I had no room to be sad. I had no room to like sit around and mope. Like, I have this goal, I'm gonna go get it done. So like, set the bar high, and then even if you fail, you worked hard, you know, you overcame a lot, you got out of your comfort zone, you know, because if you want to set a really high goal, you don't have time to sit around. So yeah, go out there, fail, try to reach your goal, but even if you fail, you gain so much from that. So get after it. Let me know what your guys' goals are. If you've ever had a goal, like, I want to try this. And I'd love to chat with you about it and say, how can we go do this? So get after it, guys. Don't set the bar low for yourself. Like, set the highest bar you possibly can. And even if you can't reach that, well, maybe you're right here. You know, for me, I said, I'm going to be the best basketball player in the world. Yeah, I didn't reach that goal, but, you know, I was able to play in college. And I was able to develop a love for exercising and fitness. And that's what I do for a career as a living right now. And I don't play as much basketball now, but I'm competing constantly and other things like obstacle racing and cross-country skiing and running and who knows what else. So there you go, guys. Get after it. Strive for the highest bar you possibly can. And even if you don't hit it, like, you're gonna gain so much from that. So, all right, guys. Talk to you later.